Previously on Black Clover, Yami witnessed the effect of the reincarnation spell being active as he fought against the possessed Mark and Owen. However, he managed to knock them out without killing them. Just when you think it was all over, that's when he was attacked by a swarm of red roses. It was by none other than the possessed Charlotte Roseley. And that chapter ends with these two about to clash. How would this battle turn out? Find out now! LA 1997, and I'm finally back to do a review for page 169 of Black Clover. And guys, this chapter was hyped, and the way how Yami was portraying this chapter was completely badass. Seriously, Yami is really just one of my favorite characters in this, and there's nothing that could stop him backing down from a fight. I mean, he's never too afraid to either backtalk. That's just how badass he is. He's just really cool. That's why he's one of my favorites, alright? I mean, whether it be man, woman, animal, or possibly toilet, no one is saving Yami's rap, alright? There's nothing how awesome Yami is in this chapter. Nothing else at all. Okay, but anyways, back onto the actual chapter itself, the battle between Yami and the possessed Charlotte was really awesome. I mean, the hype for this battle was real worth it. From Yami unleashing his Aveda slash to Charlotte thrusting her sword, releasing the force. Truly, it was amazing. However, if this battle was between him and the real Charlotte, this would have been totally different because that wouldn't have been last very long. Not because of Yami, but because of Charlotte's deep crush for him that's holding her back. However, now that she's possessed, she has no idea who he is and thus allowing her to go full force on him. All right, that's basically how she is. Though speaking of the elf, and Yami kind of knows this too, but during his battle against her, despite the elf version of Charlotte acting the same as the real one, the only difference is her tactics. Like her roses are added to her mid-range attacks with her close range, and the sends for her roses are interfering with his key sentence. So in other words, it's impossible for him to make an attack that will make her render unconscious. Because remember, he's not trying to kill her. He's trying to knock her out instead of killing her like he did with Marks and Owens. But as far back as Yami knows, she had a curse since she was a kid, but thanks to him, he managed to save her from her curse. However though, now that she is the elf, the lingering effects from that spell must have lifted. At least that's how Yami put it. So, and as Yami stated in this chapter, she's just like another woman to go around improving the mistakes she had made when she was a kid instead of herself. At least Yami said from Bez, that's what he said before. All right, then we get to the elephant in the room that where this epic battle was soon interrupted with the appearance of Soul, who was recently attacked by her along with her what I can assume is her squad mates. And honestly, at some point she was gonna appear because whenever Charlotte's in danger, you know she's gonna be there, alright? And just when you think that when she calls out to her as Big Sis, you know that she'll respond to say, "So, you only address me as Captain. No, not Big Sister." Yeah, that's normally what she would say. However, now that she's the elf, she doesn't know who she is. So instead, she responds saying, "Don't talk so casually to me, human. I have a younger brother, not a younger sister." And that just leaves her so heartbroken. And I know that she's aware that Charlotte is being possessed and all that, but consider this is coming from the very person she'd been looked up to her whole life, that's just really depressing for her at this moment. Also, just for assumption's sake, if Charlotte's brother does turn out to be Raphael, the one who possessed Luck before, I would really want to see what her reaction would be when she finds out that her brother has been released from the curse. At least that's what I was hoping for. Anyways, Yami then approaches Soul and tells her that she's handling the situation while also giving her this dark cocoon and tells her to run away with it safely. Now, I can assume that thing inside that cocoon happens to be the body of Julius. Because remember, in the last chapter, he's trying to protect Julius's body from Marks and Owens. So even if with Marks and Owens being unconscious, they're still possessed by the elves. So there's no way that they're also inside that cocoon thing. So I would assume that only Julius is inside the thing and he's telling Soul to run away with him. But Soul, being stubborn and prideful as she is, doesn't listen to him and instead try to use her Earth magic on Elf Charlotte to try and regain her consciousness. Unfortunately, this does not work well for her as the magic around Charlotte is too much for her to handle. And with Yami battling her, there was nothing for her to do at all. But regardless, she would try her best to bring the real Charlotte back or die trying. As this was indicated in the previous panel when Soul was a kid. But I'll save that when we get back to her, alright? After making that statement, Yami yanks her, and we all know he ain't taking that shit, and yells to her, "Shut your trap! It's my doing right now to protect you and keep you alive! You gotta live for her sake! Get that for your head, dumbass!" And this was at that point where Soul has to swallow up her pride and has to listen to him. Because she knows that the situation isn't going well to her favor. And plus the fact that Yami is a higher rank to her, she has no choice but to listen. So with that, Soul breaks out into tears and tells him to please save her. Yami gladly accepts this and the battle continues. And seeing this clash between those two, oh man, that's just completely awesome. Is really badass at time. And also telling her straight out that that's not how the real Charlotte would handle her subordinates at all. So, and plus though, it just gets better. So they soon unleash their best attacks, while Yami's saying like, I'm gonna try my best to knock you out. Or at least without killing you. Oh man, whatever that he said that, it sounds more officer that he said that, right? Okay, anyways, they unleash their most powerful attacks, and then BAM! And the chapter ends with a huge cliffhanger. And that was the chapter. And despite being short, this was well worth the read. I mean, the battle, the art, and Yami here was really amazing. This chapter really shows why Yami is proved to be chosen to be a captain for this kingdom. And despite showing his aggressive nature towards the people in the beginning, we all know that he wants the kingdom all safe from any harm's way. Same game goes for Soul when he tells her to run away because he knows that she won't last long there. And speaking of Soul, well, I admit, it was annoying that she had to interrupt the fight, but I can't say I blame her. Now, remember that little panel that I said I'll get back into? Well, this little flashback kind of just sums up most of Soul's background. She was harassed by a group of men when she was a kid, but then Charlotte came and saved her from that life. And that's basically how Soul got this distaste of men and how she looks up to Charlotte as like a big sister. And honestly, I just really feel bad with her right now. I mean, I like this little dynamic between her and Charlotte, and it's just really adorable and sometimes funny at the same time. And the fact that Soul goes to great lengths to save her, that's just showing something that is proving respect for the very person that saved her life a long time ago. So, and I hope that Yami will be able to save her at some point. If not, well, we'll just have to see. But anyways, what's going to happen in the next one? Well, given what we got in the last page, I would have to say that this falls into Yami's favor. But if I researched this correctly, his Dimension Slash will be able to cut a large portion of the user's mana. So, but hopefully he doesn't deal too much damage to Charlotte, because remember, as I said before, he's not trying to kill her. He's just trying to make her unconscious. But with that said, I cannot wait for the next one, and who will win this battle? We'll have to find out next chapter. So please be sure to like the video, like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and please be sure to leave your comments down below with your thought about this chapter. Is there anything I may have missed or may have mistaken while reviewing this chapter? Please say so right now. And please be sure to subscribe to my channel in case you want to see more Black Clover content in the near future, because I love the series and I really want to give my support for it and hope to improve for the near future as much as I can, alright? So thank you, good night, and remember, may the magic within you never give up. Peace!